360 grams of white bread flour, 4 grams of dry yeast, 4 grams of salt. Add 100 milliliters of water. Mix well, add more water if needed, but don't make it too sticky. Cover with a cloth and let it rest for 10 minutes. I will knead the dough for 10 minutes. Roll until it forms a ball. Place it in a bowl and let it rest for 1 hour. Stretch the dough gently, roll it tightly, and cover well. Let it rest for 30 minutes. Brush the dough with water. Make a cut on top of the dough. Bake at 240 degrees, 464 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. Let it cool and enjoy. Lovely. "12 grams of dry yeast, 100 milliliters of warm water. Mix well and set aside for 20 minutes. 500 grams of flour. Sift the flour well. "10 grams of salt, 10 grams of sugar. Make a hole in the center. Add the yeast already mixed with water. Start mixing. I'll mix with a spoon and then use my hands. Incorporate all the flour well. Form a ball with the dough. Cover the dough and let it rest for 10 minutes. Knead the bread for 10 minutes. Shape the dough into a ball. Cover the dough and let it rest for 2 hours. After 2 hours, it doubles in size. Now I'll shape the bread. Cover the dough and let it rest for 30 minutes. Make a small cut in the dough. Wash the eggs well. Place a container of water in the oven, but only for the first 15 minutes. Bake at 200 degrees Celsius, 395 minutes, for 35 minutes. Lovely. A handful of spinach. 350 milliliters of warm water. Mix well. 720 grams of white bread flour. 14 grams of dry yeast. 7 grams of salt. Add half of the water. Start mixing with a spoon. You can use your hands. Add more water as you mix. Mix well. Now the dough is smooth. Place the dough in a covered bowl and let it rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I'll knead the dough for about 10 minutes. Place the dough in the bowl. Let the dough rest for 2 hours. After 2 hours, it doubles in size. Let's smooth the dough. Add 100 grams of Parma ham. Let's roll it up. Seal the edges. Cover the dough and let it rest for 30 minutes. Make some cuts on top of the dough. Brush the dough with olive oil using thyme as a brush. Bake at 240 degrees Celsius, 465 degrees for 40 minutes. Lovely.